Parsha is Matos and Masei. It's actually two Parshas this week, because we have to catch up. In Israel, they're a week ahead, and every few years we catch up. That's the way the system works. So in the second Parsha of this week, which is Masei, the Torah describes all the journeys the Jewish people had in the desert. And they left point A, arrived at point B, left point B, arrived at point C. They went to 42 places. This week's Parsha, we go over 42 places. And each one of them, it says, Vayisu, they traveled, Vayachnu, and they rested. Now it's interesting because when the Jews arrived at Mount Sinai, it says, very famous verse, Vayichan Sham Yisrael. The Jewish nation rested, or camped. But it says Vayichan, singular, instead of Vayachenu, and they camped. It says, and he camped. And Rashi teaches us that they came together, K'ish echad v'lev echad, one man and one heart. And that was the prerequisite to accept the Torah, because they were all one large loving family. They were united, they were close to each other, and that's why it says in singular, Vayichan, and he camped. However, based on that, it's a little sad what's going on in this week's Parsha, because 42 times it says Vayisu, and they traveled, Vayachanu, and they camped. If, when we arrived at Mount Sinai, it said Vayichan, a singular, because it meant they were all together, that means that was the only time in the Torah they were all together. And all the other times, they weren't so united. Now, it doesn't mean that they quarreled and fought. But just like in a body, we have different elements and different body parts. And we coexist. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So is the Jewish people. I believe that we read this week's Parsha, the Torah portion, in the 3 weeks going up to Tisha B'Av, in the saddest weeks of the year. I believe that's why we read it. Because if we want our Beis HaMikdash back, if we want Hashem to send Mashiach and redeem us from exile, we need to learn this message that over and over again, Jewish people are just not united. We're not together. We're not one. We don't appreciate each other's strengths. And when we learn that message, by reading it in the Parsha this week, we say, hey, what's going on? They were never united. That's why we're still in exile. We should take that message home and say, hey, Jewish people are really one large loving family. We love each other, we appreciate each other, we respect each other, and then Hashem will have mercy on us and bring Mashiach. Thank you, and good Shabbos.